Object.
Lot 2 and the north 10 inches of the west 33 feet 8 inches of Lot 1, Block 5, amended Jennings addition to the City of Joseph,
Object.
as shown by the plat thereof on file and of record in the office of the County Clerk of Wallowa County, Oregon,
Object.
Book 1 of Plats, page 8.
Object.
A notice of default was recorded on July 22nd, 2014 as
Object.
microfiche number 2014-71472.
Object.
I will now read the notice of sale.
This is a notice and demand to cease and desist this sale. You have received that document. I am a witness.
Rebecca J Knapp, attorney at law, a successor trustee, whose mailing address is P.O. Box 236, Enterprise, Oregon, Joseph S. Frost, grantor, and American Eagle Mortgage 600 LLC, a Washington Limited Liability Company, as beneficiary, dated August 26, 2008, recorded August 27, 2008, document number
Rebecca, sister,
2008,
you are an interloper, tortiously interfering with the contract.
Mortgage records of Wallowa County, Oregon, covering the real
involving
property
yourself in a conspiracy to willfully and deliberately
Wallowa County, Oregon,
commit
more
fraud.
particularly described as follows. Just really briefly, your objections noted. Lot 2 and the north 10 inches of the west 33 feet 8 inches of Lot 1, Block 5, amended Jennings addition to the City of Joseph, as shown by the plat thereof on file and of record in the office of the County Clerk of Wallowa County, Oregon, in Book 1 of Plats, page 8. Both the beneficiary and the successor trustee have elected to sell said property to satisfy the obligations secured by said trustee referenced above. The default for which the foreclosure is made is grantor's failure to pay when due the following sums. Delinquent monthly principal and interest installments of $695.27.
You have been removed from successor trustee.
2012
you have no authority to sell my property.
2014.
If you do sell my property, you will be considered a trespasser on title.
$13,905.40 plus the sum of $695.27
and you will be held fully liable,
due by the
personally
16th day of each
capacity.
month thereafter, but which remains unpaid, together with all applicable fees, title expense, costs, trustees' fees, and attorney fees incurred herein by reason of said default. Any further sums advanced by beneficiary, the protection of the above described real property and its interest therein, and prepayment penalties, premiums, if applicable. By reason of said default, the beneficiary has declared all sums owing on the obligations secured by said trustee immediately due and payable.
I object.
Said sums being the following to wit: principal balance of $107,000,
You have been removed from successor trustee.
$129.82
Your client is in default of a
plus accrued interest at
executing
the
contract.
rate of 6.5% per annum in the amount of $10,843.97
You're attempting
through May
willful and
6,
deliberate fraud.
2014, plus a per diem rate of interest in the amount of $19.078 for each day thereafter. Wherefore, notice is hereby given that the undersigned successor trustee will on December 16th, 2014 at the hour of 10 a.m. in accordance with the standard of time established by ORS 187.110 at the Wallowa County Courthouse, main entrance, 101 South River Street, the City of Enterprise, County of Wallowa, State of Oregon, sell at public auction to the highest bidder for cash the interest in said described real property, which the grantor has or had power to convey at the time of the execution of the said trustee, together with any interest which the grantor or his successors in interest acquired after the execution of said trustee, to satisfy the foregoing obligations thereby secured, and the costs and expenses of sale, including a reasonable charge by the trustee. Notice is further given that right exists under ORS 86.778 to have the proceeding dismissed and the trustee reinstated by paying the entire amount then due, together with costs, trustees' fees, and attorney fees, and by curing any other default complained of in this notice of default.
Why would I pay? I don't have a
At any
contract.
time that is not later than 5 days before the date last set for the sale. If the property purchased at the trustee sale includes a dwelling unit that is subject to ORS Chapter 90 and an individual occupies the unit under a bona fide tenancy, the purchaser may obtain possession by following the procedures set forth in ORS 105.105 to 105.168 and by using the complaint form provided in ORS 105.124 or 105.126. After the fixed term of the tenancy expires, if the bona fide tenancy is a fixed term tenancy as defined in ORS 90.100, or at least 90 days after service of a written termination notice if the bona fide tenancy is either a fixed term tenancy and the purchaser intends to occupy as the purchaser's primary residence, the dwelling unit that is subject to the fixed term tenancy, or a month-to-month tenancy or week-to-week tenancy as those terms are defined in ORS 90.100. I will now open it up for 5 minutes for any questions regarding the sale only.
I'm offering you service on notice to cease and desist. And I'd like to open the bid with $31 in real money, silver, right here in my hand. Okay.
I demand that you cease and desist this sale on the grounds that you have no standing, you have been removed from successor trustee, you have no authority to sell my property, you have no power of attorney, you're attempting a willful and deliberate fraud, and you know this.
How do you respond?
I'm not going to.
So your silence is agreement.
No,
Silence is agreement.
If you have questions about your legal rights, go see a lawyer.
I am looking at a lawyer.
Pro per, Joe Frost.
Not your lawyer.
I am pro per. I am here as myself. Pro per.
So you're knowingly committing a fraud, continuing with this fraud.
Okay, no questions regarding the sale or being presented. This sale being conducted without any warranties whatsoever, including without limitation warranties on the status of title and the condition of the property. This property will now be sold to the highest bidder for cash or cash equivalent. Any person, including the beneficiary under this trust deed, but excluding the trustee, may bid at this sale. I, Rebecca J Knapp, successor trustee in this trustee's foreclosure sale,
Object.
call for bids, starting with an opening bid of American Eagle Mortgage 600 LLC in the amount of $127,472.83. Are there any other bids?
I bid $31 real money right here in my hand.
All bids must be higher than the opening bid.
Are you refusing this bid?
Yes, it's not higher than the opening bid.
Your refusal is noted.
All the banks in the world.
Your refusal is noted. Serve your brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
Any higher bids than the opening bid? There being no higher bid, I, Rebecca J Knapp, successor trustee, declare the property sold to American Eagle Mortgage 600 LLC for the sum of $127,472.83.
This is a fraudulent sale.
This is a fraudulent sale, and we will be
Liz
each other.
Pendens, baby.